Yeah, I'm on hiatus, I know. I only made a video about that pastor and two additional videos, and I wasn't originally supposed to come on and make another one, but my exception to that now is the fact that of what's going on with the economy. So y'all have been watching, right? But what's going on with the economy and how the tariffs have not been held off any further, and how now we have all of these issues. So now we're here. But let me give a few shout outs before we get into the quick message. The message won't be long, but I hope these shout outs will help y'all. Back in the day, the first channel here you see, she's since passed away. I think Clara passed away in 2013. She lived during the Great Depression, and the reason her channel is going to be beneficial to you, I just subbed after all these years. I thought I had been subbed, but I wasn't. Clara was alive between 2008 and 2000, I would say 11, the golden age of YouTube, where you weren't getting these easy copyright strikes. And well, she wasn't doing anything harmless anyway. She was just telling you how to live depression era life for frugality, because you never know when another depression or recession can come. So she lived during the golden age of YouTube, when people weren't as easily offended, and she would talk about her recipes and what little you had, and why you use what little you had, of course, because you had no choice, and the story behind the recipe. It's going back to making food and intimacy and living during that depression era, because technically we're here. Whether you want to believe that or not, I'm not here to fearmonger any of you. If anything, my shout outs, my 5 shout outs starting with Clara, will take longer than my actual video message. So here's the thing. If you're trying to live Spartan and cook with very little ingredients, and get the history as to why you want to use certain things in very small amounts, Clara is your person. She passed away, I think, 2013, and I believe it's her grandchildren that maintain her page. Very insightful person, lived the Great Depression, can tell you how to live better for right now. The Solomon Project, where it's now how much you make is how much you keep that counts. He is not giving you financial advice. Solomon will be the most needed right now, because of an article that I'm not going to discuss, but I'm going to pop up so you all can go and read what's going on and how people have fear about their money. And I know he's monitoring the markets. So far as learning the markets, he can move you in the right direction of what you should do. I don't care what people tell you. You don't panic during a recession always. Sometimes a recession can be a way for people to make money. So I invite you all to go check his channel out. Next is Hook It Up Homestead. I went to the market this morning and saw a lot of fresh fruits and veg, and I thought about her, because at the market, and this is why you get out to meet people, because I told Hook It Up Homestead that I was going to grow food, and I meant it. My new boxes are on their way when I start growing in 2026, because I'm anticipating that this ain't going to get any better. So I ordered some little boxes. We're going to also fix up our patio out here. And in the meantime, it's weird. Last weekend, I joined a co-op, the co-op I told y'all I shop every now and again. So I ran into a lady from that very co-op, and I kid you not, they're going to do a thing where they're going to probably swap or provide seeds around April 15th. And I get to participate in that for growing food, since I just joined that co-op. Talk about a nick of time. And it all started with talking about growing food with Hook It Up Homestead. I see that her subs have grown. Congratulations. I'd like to see them grow more. I suspect it will with what's going on right now in the world. So go check her channel out. Robert Edson. You want to be subbed or get to know Robert if it's your thing to take tough love and get yourself through tough times. Robert's a type person, he's no holds barred. I just subbed to him. He really doesn't know me that well. I haven't really commented in his comment section a lot. Robert is more of someone that I listen like you should listen to an older person, like a sage, more than anything. He's been warning for a while and watching trends of what's going to go on. And I think we're pretty much in agreement that 2025 is going to be a sucky year. Sucky for morale, sucky for money, sucky for job hunting, sucky all around. You're going to have to make the best with what you have and do your best to build something else, or you're just going to suffer. If you want the tough love, if you want the truth, if you want someone who's going to get you through this, without fear, preparation rather than paranoia, check Robert's channel out. Last and certainly not least is Sutton's Days. With what's going on, because even some of your fresh fruits and veg, when you don't want to shop at the expensive farmer's market, come from cheaper from overseas prior to these tariffs. I don't care what anybody tells you. The price of tariffs comes down onto the consumer. I don't care what anybody tells you. Therefore, if the lights are on but no one's home, you're in deep crap at this point. And your best recourse, if you haven't done anything, is to start building your pantry preparedness first. Go to the dollar stores if you have to get rice and beans. Because right before he dropped this stuff with the tariffs, I walked the grocery store last weekend, right before the tariffs dropped, okay? And you can tell the way they're arranging food, they're making it look as if there's more there than actually is. Therefore, you have got to start building what little relationships you can now. This isn't a game. Start stacking your pantry and be ready for some long-term suffering here. Okay? Or be ready for giving some things up. Now back to our regularly scheduled program. I cannot in any form or fashion gaslight any of you. See, I went straight into the story because there's no sense in me playing any games with any of you. According to this article, okay, $6.6 trillion was wiped out in the U.S. stock market, according to this article, just by the added tariffs. This is why I gave the 5 shout outs that I have. Whether you go to those channels or not are on you. I've chosen to educate myself, so I'm sub to all 5. This isn't a guilt trip. Find somebody, find some tribe, find something. Again, Cooking with Claire had a lot to do with learning how to live Spartan and frugal. The Solomon Project has to do with learning how to get you a tribe for your assets, and if you have cash to have. Hook It Up Homestead is about the fact that you better start growing food to barter in the next couple of years and growing your own to eat and getting used to the fact that we're going back to the late 1800s in this country. Not to scare you, but some things you got to do old-fashioned. Robert Edson is the wake your butts up. This is not a game. Okay? Sorry about the burp. You're reading the article. You're seeing the article title right now. This stopped being a game a long time ago. Okay? Sutton's Days is pantry preparedness. Having the stuff that's stocked in your house. Your rice, your beans, however you eat your ugly meats that she shows you. Ugly chicken, ugly pork, ugly beef. My sympathies go out to all of you who assumed that you could put faith in this system and that's all you needed. I see the depression. I know people who were once bubbly people that now shirk and hide in corners and act like this isn't happening. That's not helping them either. In all of these videos in which I told you to build community, because once you have a tribe and a community to look on to, the reason I've sent soap to people, it's all about spreading your horizons and making as much of an impact when it comes to nutritious food as possible. As living as healthy a life as possible, knowing your assets, knowing your liabilities, understanding your controllables and uncontrollables. Here's the thing, I'm not trying to scare y'all. These tariffs are in full effect. Us as the regular people are going to pay for the few who are in power that makes decisions we can't control. If you haven't made a recession plan and you know this is, because this hasn't fully set in, oh, but it will. Analyze your environment. Do you live somewhere where you have a potential for storms? Do you need a bug out bag? Do you need to get some type of fire safety equipment for your home? Do you have the bug out bag especially? Go watch Robert Edson's video on that. Knowing how to get away if you have to. I just bought 2 jars of honey today. 1 to make soap with because I can sell soap. And 2, if you get sick, to have some to put in tea. It's time to get ready. This isn't a game anymore. It stopped being a game long a time ago. I give you all these warnings on this video. You don't have much time. What little money you have. Because as I said, when I went to the grocery store, it didn't shock me that they're stocking stuff in a way to make it look like they have more than they actually do. You have to understand people are taught to be clever that way. And if you're not paying attention, you don't notice it. But I walked around just for the heck of it and I saw that that's what they're doing. Because you'll be amazed at how much of what's sitting in your supermarket is not actually from the United States. Because that's what's going to disappear first. The tariffs are here. You can sit here say I'm glooming and dooming. The fact of the matter is that you're going to start seeing things that you are accustomed to disappear. This is your new normal. Either it's going to stretch into infinity or it's your new normal for now. We're here. Whoever put us here, however we got here. Okay. You gotta get to a point where you start prepping for how much worse it's gonna get. I gotta send my dad some bags of beans soon, but I know he's living that Sutton's Days philosophy. He's got his better than I do. And my husband got a surplus of food. And we're about to try and order our half a cow again. There were no farmers there yet to allow us to sell the chickens, but I gotta go back to the farmers market in May and have already scheduled it so I can schedule getting in for my chickens. This is your new normal. You're going to have to make these plans not out of paranoia but out of preparation. You want your family to eat. You want them to be prepared for any contingencies. If this frightened you, it was okay that it frightened you. Fear is a natural part of the human emotion. But it's time for you to start making a recession plan. It doesn't matter if you say, well, we could argue we've already been in a recession, but because you all are American and this is an exceptional land, you've only seen fat and not lean. You've seen plenty and not Spartan. Start to prep yourself and how you prep food for your house and how you shop. that you are about to have to accept less. Because the storm is here. Make a recession plan now based on your budget. If it's the dollar store getting the rice and beans, do that. Even getting your canning stuff there, because I think between March and May is when you see all that canning stuff come out. You don't have a choice this time. You can sit and make excuses. You can sit, pout about the fact that you can't go buy an $8 cup of coffee or go sit at a cafe. Or you can start to get prepared. Because if you're not doing it right now, or even the simple thing is building a community with somebody who helped you, you don't start doing it now, you're just catering to what's going to become worse for you. Look at the mass layoffs. Look at people who can't get jobs. Look at the amount of stores. Things we never thought in a million years would close anytime soon. They're suddenly shuttering them at a fast and alarming rate. The America you knew is changing. Get some preparedness, get some skills, and just be ready for the fact that it's not going to get any better. All right, I told y'all I was on hiatus, and I am. But I'm just seeing the implications of these tariffs, so I needed to make this quick video. You'll have 2 more coming up in the next couple of days, then you won't hear from me too much more in April. This was easy to make because I was unable to make soap today. My lavender essential oil, which technically should have arrived because the soap supplier, which is one of the best in the world, is out here of all places in Washington State, just across the bridge from me. And I'm gathering that she could be busy and they just didn't have time, her company, to get it to me, or she shipped it and it just hasn't arrived. But either way, I can make soap that I can sell and barter. What are you going to start doing today? As I have when I networked at the market this morning. What are you going to start doing today to prepare yourself for the fact that this will get worse? Don't lie to yourself. Don't sit there with this ego. It's not applicable to me. Applicability already applies. Y'all be careful. Take care of yourselves. If you need any support on anything or want to talk, feel free to contact me via email, because it's on my profile. All right. Thanks, y'all. Bye.